Hello people, it's Blitz here. Welcome back to a new episode of Roller Coaster Tycoon World. It's part 2 of Lakeview. Let's quickly look at what we did last time. Still got that boat there. I was hoping it have an animation and sail around the lake, but he just sits still. So it's looking good. Let's move on. Okay, so the new plan is put a roller coaster in, because we ain't got a roller coaster yet. Again, we're going to use the Egyptian theme. Sort of like have a half pyramid, goes halfway up, adds a coaster and a square bit, and then finish off with a pyramid roof. It's a stand-up coaster. I've noticed that they added some new camera angles and shots since the release, and I have noticed that some bizarre reason on the one I've picked, I'm pretty sure in beta you can sit on the front seat. On this one you can't sit on the front seat. It's a bit bizarre, don't matter how you look at it, but at least they've added also a few other shots. You can now get a shot outside the coaster as well as inside the coaster. And I did notice when you sit on the spinning coaster, which in one way is a good thing, but I suppose if you wanted to make yourself feel sick, they had a camera shot on the spinning coaster where you actually sat inside. And believe me, everyone said the same thing on the forums. Remove the shot because you actually felt ill within 10 seconds. And now you only see it from the outside. Which I've got no problem with that, because it did make you feel ill. But I suppose at the end of the day, it would have been nice to have the option, and they've taken the option out. Okay, so our bug report. Now the game's still not foolproof. It does still corrupt saves. Now I had one. It's not as bad as what it was before. The game still carries on. But I loaded up a save, and all the people disappeared and went to the car park and was in little piles in the car park, which I thought was quite funny. And the other bizarre part of it, all the buildings, well, all the piece items in the game, which we've done, disappeared too. So we had all the paths and all the shops in the right position, and the same with the roller coaster, that was still here. But the actual building itself disappeared, and it ran extremely slow. I thought, okay, we got corruption again. So I thought I'd come out of the game, reloaded the save again, and it still had the same problem. So I thought, oh, we're in trouble now. But I went back to an older save and carried on, and it solved the problem. So I suggest whatever you do, you keep making saves quite regular, at least every half an hour, especially if you do a lot of work like me in the game. And make sure you save them, not necessarily over the one you've done, in another location. Is what I'm doing. I'll make a new save in a new spot, delete the old one every now and then, and basically go back to the main menu, reload the save you just done, and make sure it's working. And it's working, you just carry on and do it again another half hour later. It's not foolproof. That's all I can say. It's obviously an improvement, because obviously last time we couldn't load anything. So it's a warning. If you want to play, make sure you save. Now we've had this problem with the game since beta. One way or the other, the saves go nuts. But it should never happen in the release. I think it's not right at all. So moving on. So we got the first tier of the coaster, or the coaster level. Let's get some lights in, some Egyptian pictures up. At this point, as I was making it, I thought, what I'll do, I'll make a bit of an observation tower. So I decided to go up one more level on top. So I brought the floor around from the outside up to another level, and basically got a path going around in a square. and in the centre of the floor, because there's a roof piece, I think it's a sci-fi piece, or it might be a generic piece where you can actually look through. It's a glass roof, and I'll put that in the middle so you can look down at the roller coaster, and everywhere else is just you can just look around. Now, unfortunately, we can't make proper platforms because otherwise I would like to make it into like maybe a proper seating area. But obviously, because we got again we can't make platforms and you got the railings getting away. I wouldn't say it's a bug. It's just a feature in the game has not been added where you can't move railings and you can't make a full-size platform, like in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, where you put two paths running down the side each other. They joined up as a big square, but it doesn't do it in this game. And I'm not being horrible, it doesn't do it in Planet Coaster either. So there's the platform we put in, and you can see where we got the roof tile using it as a glass roof, or glass floor in this case. So we finish off with a nice pyramid or triangle roof as such. So I'll do some more features to it later. Maybe add a few elements on the corners from the other temple set. It always looks a bit plain, mind you. I've got to admit, pyramids are plain. I mean, I suppose I could have made the pyramid twice as big to get the angle in, but the only problem is when you come to the part where you got the actual coaster, you won't be able to see it if you use the triangle pieces. It's like, well, we do want to have it on show, so I've got to make it square somewhere along the line. So it's just one of those things. It don't look bad. It's just the way it's got to be. So I've stolen this bit from the other temple set. A bit decorative going around the outside. And what I'll probably do at a later date, I'll colour code it all in. Now I'll put the fence in around the coaster. Well, sorry, on the platform above. But I don't need it because we've got the path going around the square. It automatically puts in the railings for you, and you can't remove the railings at this moment in time. So it's like I've got double fencing, so I'll probably take the fence, what I just put in, out at a later date, and probably colour the fence on the path to match. Okay, so before we put the coaster down, the actual track itself, it's got the same problem as in the beta. If you put the track down first and then you thought, okay, just add some terrain, it leaves a trench where the track is. So if you've got to go nice, you might end up with a nice big line of the trench. Go down the middle where the track is, and it looks, well, it don't look awful, but it's not what you want. And the way to get around it is actually do the terrain first, where the track's going to go. I mean, I've altered the terrain quite a lot, and I'm still altering it off cam because I'm making, I'm bringing up the side of the sand dunes quite high, and putting a lot of rocks around, and I'm trying to make a tunnel, if I can, to go over the track. Slowly getting there, and you'll see what it's like in a minute. I've got to admit, I'm not the world's greatest roller coaster maker. Again, as I said before, I don't actually play the game as such. That's where I very, very, very rarely play the scenarios. Even though I think I played 6 of them or 7 of them. I actually play the game for creation. So I've come down, gone up to 200 feet, come down, gone straight into, which I believe, I think it's a new piece. We've got a dive loop. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there in the beta. I could be wrong. So I'll come back on myself and go straight into another loop. Now I have to say, it obviously certainly makes you sick, because when I first done a test run, everyone who come off the coaster was sick. So I thought, okay, I've got to try and tweak it somewhere. So I'm playing around, trying to tweak it slowly. Somewhere along the line and stop everyone getting sick. I'm not managed it yet. As I said, I'm not no coaster expert. And I don't plan to be. I mean, there's quite a few videos on the net where people have showed you how to make loops and certain elements of the track manually. Now, if you, I suggest you check them out on YouTube if you really want to know how to make coasters. I mean, they're great videos. Like I said, for me, I'm not that bothered. I just make a coaster. I think it looks funny, I do. That's good enough for me. The only thing I like to do with my coasters, it's a lot easier to do it in Planning Coaster, because you have the power of the terrain editor. Is obviously, I like my coasters to follow like a ravine, or when you go around the corner, you look like you're going to smack into the side of a cliff face. So I like to do things like that, and I'm trying to do it in here, especially now we can stack rocks, made it life a lot easier. So I'm trying to work out slowly if I can do a cliff face and a tunnel. We're getting there slowly, and at the end you will see it what it looks like. In the meantime, let's have a quick run through, see what the ride's like. So there we go. I do think it needs slowing down in places. That's a dead cert. Banking needs to be improved. On top of that, I've got no idea what else to do with it. So for me, again, we just do the terrain going around it. Instead of maybe a few tweaks, see if we can get stop people being sick all over the place. Then again, if they weren't sick, our cleaners wouldn't be doing no work, would they? So in my last video, what I was trying to make, if you remember, I had a screenshot of the rocks making an archway. I thought, okay, I'm going to make an archway in here. And then what I ended up doing is extending it to a cliff face, which then I'm going to turn into a tunnel, which I mentioned a little earlier on. So because you can stack rocks now, it's easy to I just bash loads of them together, find the biggest rock, bang them all together, then go back to it and add little rocks every now and then to make it a different shape, so otherwise it all looks the same. So yeah, we get your archway. Just take your time making one. It's all good fun at the end of the day. And this is what all the game really is about, in my opinion. Especially when they actually get it all up and running properly. I mean, it's slowly getting there. where you can create stuff. Now a lot have done it with the terrain editor, but I don't know when that feature will ever come in. Now I'm not even sure if they've updated the Unity engine yet. Now I know they said they are updating it to I think 5.3 or whatever it is, but they just released another update for Unity. So I don't know how far Inviso plan to go. We just have to wait and see. Now there is talk there's going to be another update before, I'll say before the end of the month. I wasn't say before Christmas, but I don't know. Let's go to the end of the month. It's just to see what happens. So now we're just going to put a couple of rocks around, get the terrain done around the coaster, make it look nice. We'll start. I want to get quite a few of the elements in. So we do this, a few more buildings, and we put the pirate ship in. And then we're going to do a lot of work off cam, which otherwise would be real boring. Where I'm going to put a lot of tree work in, finish off the tunnel. As such, probably improve the rock faces, and some more work to make the coast a little bit more scary as you go around. I'll probably do some more work on the centre island, and I need to put a fence going around the path so everyone jumping in the lake. But I'll do that off cam, because otherwise you get to be bored out of your head. Now I did notice when I was doing the coaster, I have done a lot of improvements on the coaster. I found it a lot quicker building the coaster. It wasn't as flaky where, I don't know if you had the beta where you used to click on an item, one of the knowns, and the camera used to jump all over the place. They've massively improved that. And I think one of the major problems with the game is it's still quite laggy in some places. Now I've got to admit the lag is a lot better now than what it was ever before. And our count has come up to like, what's it, 800 odd people. I think time we finish this episode. And it's not noticed any lag in the game yet. So where's I was going around with the path. One of the cliff faces what I'm putting in. Yeah, this path I'm putting in, by the way, is a service path. Just a path where basically the cleaners and the mechanics can get A to B quickly. No one else is had to go up and down it. Again, I wish we had transport rides. So there's the cliff face, as you can see. Now the plan is, as the video goes on, you see where I've added elements to make a tunnel, and we'll slowly get there over time. We've had a medic spot. Quickly bunged in a medic where I thought, well, okay, we'll stick it next to the coaster, because everyone was dying as they come off it. Now I don't know if there's a bug with medics. Now, according to the building, it's making money, but it comes up with 0 patients, so I don't know how it's actually making money. It's not servicing anyone, and I'm not seeing anyone go out of the building. But you can pick them up and throw them on the floor and say go out and do something, but they just walk straight back. So I don't know if that's some bizarre bug. I've got no idea. So we're making the service building now. Basically just a small pyramid to go with the theme. And I'm just going to have the cleaners, mechanic, and the entertainers. Nothing special. I mean, I might put a wacky great big pyramid in somewhere, just for, because it's a pyramid. And inside we won't necessarily have any shops, we put the elements of the Egyptian stuff inside. So you've got the vases, the Sphinx, the tomb, And what else they've gave us to stick inside. Now I was just thinking about when we watched the old development blog, they were saying we are supposed to have weather effects. But when that's going to happen is another thing. Now if they do bring weather effects, I do hope they actually give people umbrellas where they can get them out and stick them up. Again, when that's going to happen, I've got no idea. But they obviously don't want to do it until they get rid of the lag. That's a dead cert. Because it'd be really bad otherwise. So let's have a quick look so far what we got. We've got the medic, the coaster, the banana ride. At the back there on the left, you can see we've got the service building. And there's the cliff face, which we're going to plan to build a tunnel off. And they're going to build it up to the corner on the left. I might put some more rock faces where the loop is. As I said, we'll do that off cam. So you can see there now I built some of the tunnel. And hopefully in part 3, if the game doesn't die, I'll have it all done. And you'll be able to see it. So we're going to put the pirate ship in. I'm going to extend the lake over to the right. Yeah, I always seem to put a pirate ship these days on a mound with water around it. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. I just think it looks better with the water around it, and if it doesn't have water around it. Now, when they ever decide to give us waterfalls, is another thing. I don't know when that will come. When it comes to anything where it's got animation in, they're obviously, it's a long way away. It's taking them ages to give us FX items, like obviously the flamethrower thing, the torch, the electricity thing they've gave us, the balloons. And I just don't see anything major with an animation coming in for quite a while. Again, unfortunately, they don't give us like a map as such, saying development map, saying what's coming in the future. All we know, when we had the development video, they said to us, which we now know is, okay, we can say it's a lie. I don't necessarily think it's a lie. I think it's more to do with the game's too buggy to probably implement them, and they probably have a version of water rides. I can't say if they have or not, but in the development video they did state we're going to have water rides when the game was released, and it obviously never happened. So moving on, so we've got the old pirate shipping. Just got to work out where I want to put the paths. Now I think what the plan will be, we'll bring the path around to the right, and we'll wrap it round the back of the pirate ship, and bring some more rides, some more shops and things over that direction. So I decided to put some of the old Egyptian columns up, just to make it look different. Don't want it to be plain everywhere. Try and get as many elements as possible. Well, I'm thinking about putting a roof on here, as such as well. I'm not worked out yet. I might put a roof in. I've got to see if it'll work, since it's on the bend. I'd put each piece individually in one by one. I mean, it can be done. I have done it. I was playing around with I was making a ring, and I've not done it on here, but I do plan to have a ring of some of the elements make up a building. And it's going to take a long time to do because making rings, again, you've got to make with all individual parts, and certain parts, as I said before, will not group together. Some will, some don't. Now I did notice when I first played around, you can see they're grouped together here. I'm pretty sure when I've done that in the first video they weren't working, but they are now. Yeah, just try and get them equal spaced around. Make sure the grid's off, so you can put them anywhere you want. So I'll move on a bit. So now we're just going to add elements around the pirate ship. Get started, fill it up with water, see what it looks like. Now, as I said before, we can now add elements into the water. No collision control on most of the items, I should say. I think New Riot was saying there's a few what still don't have it turned on. They just don't get around to doing it yet. Now I've got to check my old videos. I'm pretty sure the graphics on not just the pirate ship, on quite a few of the rides have been updated. The only way I'm going to look at them is actually go to YouTube, because I don't keep the copies after I've uploaded it to YouTube. But I'm pretty sure the graphics have been changed on quite a few of the rides. Now I've noticed another thing: when you're sticking water in now, it don't take that long. I remember when I was doing Loch Ness, it was taking forever. Mind you, there was a bug when I done Loch Ness. The water kept disappearing. It just refused to raise. It just ran away wherever it decided to disappear to. I don't know. Okay, well I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in part 3. And I'll leave you with a video sequence of what we've done. Blitz out. Have fun all.